Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about a heist that went absolutely wrong.
The black cat is on the field. The first search is exceptional.
And by absolutely, I mean in a way that it even destroys the plot armor of characters, except for these two kids of course. So, Akudama Drive is not a show about driving, and the only driving part comes when a cool guy drives a super cool motorbike while shooting people. But the show is about Akudama. Who are the Akudama, you may ask? Think of the worst serial killers in history and give them a common name, and that's the Akudama. Despite being a crime show, we start off with a girl who even partly admits she doesn't want to be in the show in the first place. She tries to buy food and a cool guy on a motorcycle drops a coin. When she tries to give him the coin, he claims he's a virgin before speeding away.
Wait! Who are you?
I am virgin.
Meanwhile, four Akudama get a message saying to rescue a certain person from prison in return for a large amount of cash. We have the cool motorcycle guy, a guy with big muscles but no brain, a hacker, and an overly sexualized psychopath who seems to speak through her nostrils. They attack the Kansai station and kill a lot of robots just to show they're the baddies in the city. The ordinary girl who has no name gets dragged into the mess along with the black cat just because she wanted to return the coin our delivery guy dropped. The Akudama successfully invade and free another serial killer named Cutthroat, and another man nervously dragged into the fight named Hoodlum. The black cat is soon revealed to have the ability to speak, and no, it's not Garfield. The cat tells them to break into a train in order to do the actual heist. Yes, so breaking into the police station was supposed to just be a joke. The Akudama escape together, and after being chased and thrown into a hotel, are cornered by two people known as the Executioners. These Executioners are people who kill the Akudama while looking cool, but two of them soon get beaten because it's 6 against 1. The escaped Akudama run once again, this time right into the train where they're supposed to execute the second part of their heist. The Executioners chase after them and a new fight starts inside the train. This time, instead of looking cool, the Executioners actually overpower them. The black cat is revealed to be the final person needed for the puzzle. It disintegrates and gives them a key. The Akudama open the final vault with the key to find two children. Our ordinary girl explains to the children that this is not a kid-friendly show, and they should stay inside the vault. But the boy reveals it was all his plan and he's the mastermind. He says they can't ignore his sister for now. The hacker of the team hacks their collar and says it's time for him to leave, while the children reveal that there is a third part to their job. The hacker still insists he isn't important for the show to progress and leaves off smiling. The rest of the gang heads on with the children, and our ordinary girl, now dubbed as the swindler, gets attached to the children. The hospitalized Executioners now express their frustration and how they lost to the Akudama. The master of the group says he doesn't have any money to pay the hospital bills and leaves off to fight the Akudama.
Jane broke.
When he catches up to the Akudama, our muscular dude, the brawler, fights him in a one-on-one battle which the studio leaves their full budget to. They both question why they fight, and when they had no answer, they keep on fighting for the sake of the show. Both of their plot armor shatter and they end up dying, and Hoodlum and Pupil are both shocked by their deaths. Hoodlum attacks the girl and leaves off, thinking it's her time for character development. Hoodlum arrives to take away the children, but the boy says it's time for backstory. The Akudama mentioned this is a heist anime and they have no time for backstories, but the kid speaks anyway. So like every child in a futuristic sci-fi story, these kids were tested like lab rats and the brother and sister are the only survivors. No one understands biology, so everyone ignores the kid's story. The brother then reveals his ambition is to go to the moon. Yes, to literally go to the moon.
Oh, poop.
The Akudama support him since they get their pay in the end, but Doctor reveals that a person should be more than 18 years old to go to the moon and then betrays them, thus being labeled as the bitch of the show. The executioners arrive and try to stop them, but the young boy sends his sister and our ordinary girl to the moon. The executioners fail to stop them, and the young boy tells them that even though it takes a whole team to send men to the moon, he just did that by himself. He is officially labeled as a brat, and the executioners arrest him for illegally sending 2 women to the moon. As it turns out, the 2 women weren't actually heading to the moon. The rocket falls down to Wasteland, and the 2 girls now decide to become sisters. Because 1, this is anime, and 2, we're in a generation where anime like Ero Manga Sensei is considered as peak fiction. The sisters are assaulted by 3 men, and Big Sister goes full-on swindling before killing all 3 of them. Courier arrives in the nick of time and says they deserved it. Meanwhile, Hoodlum and Doctor meet, and the latter threatens the man to sleep with her and then reveals all of her goals and motivations to the man whom she barely knows. Our ordinary girl now asks the courier to deliver them to their brother. He admits that all he ever wanted to do in life was to deliver pizza like a normal delivery guy, but realizes it's important for his character arc and gives a thumbs up. Meanwhile, the apprentice of the dead master is back, and she gets a new apprentice. She says she doesn't need any assistance, but their boss tells her to stop acting like a bitch since she's now a main character of the show.
I am a side character. Oh my god.
The remaining Akudama meet at the executioner's headquarters, and Cutthroat reveals that he actually prefers to remain single for the rest of his life and starts hunting Swindler. Just like every man who tried to threaten her, he soon dies. In his final moments, he says he didn't like the show anyway, so he's glad he's dying. Now the 2 sisters and our delivery man arrive to save the brother, but are interrupted by the apprentice as well as her new apprentice. Soon, the ones who interrupted are interrupted by Doctor and Hoodlum. Then, the ones who interrupted are interrupted by people who crash into the station in hopes to meet God. If you didn't understand a word I said, a lot of people interrupted a lot of people. Hoodlum stabs the doctor and immediately dies. The doctor dies shortly afterward, being squashed like a bug. As they arrive at the train station, our delivery man and Big Sister face their own past memories and then sees the 2 children now trapped. Swindler tries to save them, but Hacker arrives at that moment and tells Swindler she's not Shinji Ikari before hacking the network himself. He dies while hacking, but allows Swindler to rescue the children and escape with Courier. The 4 of them then imagine a perfect life, and Courier finally plans on getting a job at Pizza Hut.
Pizza time.
But their train is shot, once again, showing anime needs only 1 second to turn a happy ending upside down. Cornered by the executioners, Swindler swindles them all the way by acting as a distraction, claiming every man who tried to hurt her died in some way. So, a woman steps in and does the job. But this video goes viral on social media before Mark Zuckerberg can stop it. And
although not unprecedented, this is a unique
and everyone gets into the streets and hunts the executioners. Courier takes the 2 children and heads to the main building where he's cornered again. But this time, he acts like a badass, defeating an entire armed force and shooting down the building with just a motorbike. Yes, you heard that right, with just a motorbike.
Oh my god! What is that?
So now you know what you should ask for as your next Christmas present. Oh, and by the way, the people helped him as well, and the anime adapted the usual revolution arc you see in most sci-fi stories, but that's not important. This is Akudama Drive, not Batman The Dark Knight Rises. Courier escapes with the 2 children, but soon gets chased by 3 armored spaceships. He throws the kids and tells them to run. He also gives them a coin and tells the kid to eat it, because that stupid thing was what started all this tragedy in the first place. The kid, however, refuses to eat it, and says it symbolically represents the themes of the entire show. Courier Courier says whatever and pulls more badass moves before destroying the 3 spaceships on his own and dying. So all the Akudama died. The executioner's fate wasn't revealed, and the kids ran onto some white background. Well, talk about wholesome conclusions. Unless all of these have a thematic meaning, but we're anime fans, not literature analysts. Just admit the damn kids escaped and you won't be getting a second season of this show, and start watching another anime already. So that's today's Anime in Minutes video. Thanks for watching, anime geeks, and if you like this video, drop a like, drop a comment, and hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video.